Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is the earliest in the day that I have filmed a video since I think Inkvent. So I really hope that I have had enough caffeine. Anyways, today I'm really excited because I am going to be talking about my Benu Euphoria Earl Grey. You may have seen this in the last Inked Up lineup that I did, but it is so cool, and I have so many like thematic inks that I wanted to do a little bit of a spotlight of it. So this pen is, well, first let me open up to, I think, not April. We're going to go to March. So here we go. First off, this pen is the Benu Euphoria beverage series. I believe this is an Earl Grey exclusive. This is Earl Grey. I believe this is a Goulet Pens exclusive series. I am not 100% sure, but I think so. It is made by a company that originally started in Russia, and then they moved to another country after the Russia-Ukrainian war started a couple years ago. But let's talk about the pen. So it is a fairly large, faceted, so you can see, let me see if I can, there we go. You can see the facets on each side. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 10 facets. And that is on both the cap and the body of the pen. It is an amber resin with stuff suspended in it. So some of the stuff that is suspended in it is this, let's see if I can get it to, there we go. So there are some blue reflective flakes in there to represent the corn flour that you usually have in, trying to get, there we go, that you have in Earl Grey tea. There is some gold glitter here that is because it is a Benu. And then also suspended in here are some genuine tea leaves. And because the resin is translucent, I can hold it up like this, and you can basically see all of the tea leaves that are suspended. I think that this pen is gorgeous. It has a let me see if I can get this to show up. Yeah, there we go. The branding on the cap is in this really neat Art Deco style, which I think is really appropriate considering that it is a functional item that is really kind of ostentatious. This is one of the more understated Benus that I think they've made. The clip here is really simple from this side, but when you look at it, it's made in multiple pieces. But I think that probably the neatest aspect of this to me is if it has this little divot that it sits in, which I think just gives the cap a more finished look. I think that looks better than it would if it were just sitting on top of the finished resin. About the resin, though, it is kind of strange. I'm going to see if I can get a a picture. I'm going to see if I can get a close-up of the finish of the resin. I was really surprised. It was not as smooth. It looks really smooth in this. Let's just keep rotating until I find the side. There are, in the cap, there we go. So you see these little, these voids, these imperfections in the cap. I did not induce those. Those are how this pen came to me. And I think, just based on the way that it feels, I think that that is just the resin itself. So I think that there are perhaps some micro voids throughout this resin that they try and polish off, but they can't get all of it, which is okay. I have not found, except for the ones on the cap, really, I have not found that they really are that noticeable. But the ones on the cap are really kind of frustrating to me. The cap comes off in 2.5 turns, and then it has a Schmidt. I don't know what size this is, but it is an iridium plated. Let's see if I can get, there we go. So this is a medium, I believe. Yeah, that's a medium. Medium Schmidt nib. And it is kind of wonderful. So it writes fairly well. This ink is also Earl Grey. So when I had this inked up before in my inked up lineup, it was a Sailor Urameko ink, which was a joy to write with. But I felt that the Earl Grey ink from Diamine was perhaps a little bit more appropriate. As you can see, I'm almost out. But the pen did come with a converter, which has a fairly secure fit. And then, you know, everything just comes out kind of normally, as it should. I have not tried to take the nib out. I do not intend to try and take the nib out. I generally only do that with my more mass-produced pens. So my TWSBIs, my Lamies, my Kakunos. If it is if it is like an independent pen maker, I tend to leave it in. Now, let's swatch some inks. Oh, there's some more. If you can see, there's some voids and divots in that facet that are, yeah, let's just put that where I can't see it. All right, here we go. So I have some hilariously appropriate inks. First one, obviously, is Earl Grey. The second one is a Robert Oster ink called Tea Time. So let's, yep, there it is. Actually, I really love this ink. So we're gonna see how it looks next to the pen. I also have an Urban ink that was sent to me by a friend because I kept trying to get this one and could not. So she sent it to me. That is Lee de Tay. I also have a coffee ink. So this is Robert Oster Cafe Crema. And just because I think that it matches kind of perfectly, I have KWZ Honey, which is a sample that another friend sent to me that I am terrified to use because it's beautiful and it smells amazing and I don't want to use it up. But we're gonna swatch these. So let's go. Do. First up, ooh, I should find what? Yeah. All right. So I think that this is a really interesting set of inks that all kind of thematically mesh well with the Earl Grey Benu Euphoria. I think that perhaps I think that of the set, the actual Earl Grey is perhaps the funniest because, you know, I said that it dried warm, and compared to these, it does not. But it dries warmer than it goes down. I don't know. It is funny to me that the Earl Grey ink is actually a gray and not the color of Earl Grey tea like the Benu is. And then Tea Time is very clearly a green tea. Then Cafe Crema does have the color of coffee. I like Lee de Tay. I think I think all three of these sort of resonate with the color of the pen itself really nicely. But yeah, Folk. I think that all of these will end up in this pen at some point, and I am excited to continue using this. As expected, it has been consistently inked up since Christmas, so it is definitely one of the pens that I am enjoying a lot right now. Though it does make me miss my Pilot Custom 74. I don't know why, so I have inked that up with green ink, which, if it is still inked up when I do my next inked up lineup, then then you will see it. So there we go. Bye. I guess I'm supposed to say like and subscribe. So like and subscribe. Wow, on camera those don't look much different at all.